Hey, what is up guys? MixelPlx here. In today's video, we're going to be doing another season pass review. Now for season 15 has been quite the banger. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but we did complete the pass in about 35 hours. Now that's a mixture of a little bit of the voyages, but primarily doing the Megalodon boss fights and really just doing that, and obviously doing some steals while we can, but mostly just doing the new PvE boss fights. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Thank you guys also for requesting these. I'm gonna be honest, I did not realize how many people enjoyed these, but leading up to it and also during the season 15 launch, I got about 20 requests a day asking for these, which is crazy, but hey, much appreciated guys. But let's go ahead and check it out. So we're gonna be putting on the Dynasty of the Deep Hull. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and say this now. I love the ship set. I'm gonna be honest, it's one of my favorite ones, which I can't believe I'm saying this. But let's go ahead and check out the beards and the face paint, and we'll go on and throw on the cannon flares and the hull real quick. All right, so here you have the beard. I'm gonna be real, the beard's not too bad. Not really a big fan of the style, but you know, not bad. It could be worse. I mean, it could be the ghastly gray marrow, you know, the budget version. You know, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. Personally, I will always use the bilge wrap beard because it's iconic for me, but not a bad option. And as for the face paint, I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of it. It's kind of like a gray. I feel like you're gonna use something like this. I'd probably go ahead and use something like the shadows or something, but that's just my personal opinion. Not the worst, not the best, but not too shabby. So this is gonna be the hull for the season hull, the Dynasty of the Deep. As you can see here, this is the nothing set to it, but this is the green. Kind of go down below. It's actually pretty bright downstairs, so it's not too shabby. Then for the cannon flares, we'll go ahead and show those off. These are pretty abysmal, if I'm being honest with you. Green's not really a good color at nighttime either, so unfortunately, not really a big fan with that one. I'd have to try it at nighttime, and we'll probably do that at night, but we'll leave that on for now and we'll test it out later. But all in all, not a bad one. Again, it's just, I think the hull, everything else is good, but the cannon flare, nothing beats the top three, which is going to be Cutthroat, Beachcomber, and Blossom. So we already finished the first section. Let's go ahead and go to the second section. We're going to have the top flag, Call of the Seas flag. We're going to have the Hungering One's Hunter's short hair. And the Hungering One Hunter's medium hair as well, alongside the Startled Pufferfish hat and the Dynasty of the Deep belt. And then we're already putting on the capstan as well. So let's go ahead and throw those on right now. I actually haven't seen this top flag at all. Let's see, it should be on the last page. Anchor, last page as well. I will say, having a harpoon gun for this is going to make this fantastic. But let's go ahead and raise our sails. And this anchor, if you can see the theme here, it's going to be black, gold, and an emerald. Now, personally, I love every one of these colors. I think this is going to be probably one of my favorite sets for a while. But let's take a look. That's what it's like when it's fully deployed. Not bad at all. You drop it again. I'll drop the sails one more time. And there's the Call of the Sea. Now this whole set is kind of a reskin. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like the reskin for this, but we will show it off, obviously. But not a big fan of it. It being kind of a Whaling Barnacle reskin. And then we'll go here, check out the hairstyles. So here you have the Hungering One's Hunter short hair. This I'm a big fan of. It's nice. It's actually kind of clean. We were looking at this on stream. I was like, dang, if only I could see my pirate with hair. I might use this, but just can't. Just feels wrong. And then here you have the Hungering One's Hunter's medium hair. Not bad. Honestly, this short hair really goes honestly kind of hard, but I just can't, unfortunately for me. Bald head or fumble. What else do we have here? We had a couple of other items here as well. We're going to have the Dynasty of the Deep belt and the hat as well. Let's go ahead and throw that on real quick. The belt's actually kind of clean. It's a nice emblem Not really much to it. It is simple though. And then you go to the hat and we'll have the pufferfish here. We'll go ahead and put that on. Honestly, this pufferfish is kind of goofy, but you know, it fits the vibe of the season. So I definitely foresee a lot of people wearing this in the very near future. And as you see, this is the belt as well. Simple, not too bulky, not bad. But I think that's going to be it for our second bracket. I think we're ready to go on to the next one, actually. So for the next one, for the Plunder Pass, we're going to have the top flag and the wheel. Then we're going to start breaking into the Hungering Ones clothing set, which I'll be honest, isn't that bad. Didn't think I would like it initially, but it kind of hits. So let's go ahead and switch up to the top flag and the wheel real quick. All right, so this is going to be the wheel. This is going to be your true point right here. Honestly, this wheel is super clean. Again, I'm a big fan of this set. If it's not obvious, some of my favorite colors. But this is what it looks like from here. That's what it looks like when you're using it. Not too intrusive. Very sleek, honestly, very nice. Very nice wheel. Big fan, big fan. And you got the top flag. Kind of goes with it a little bit. Not really, but honestly, I feel like a different flag would probably work with that, but let's go ahead and use this. Now for the set itself, let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go through the belt, the hat, and the gloves. Belt, hat, and gloves. All right, so let's start doing this. Belt, hat, and gloves. Now the belt, I will say I'm not a big fan of this. Out of all of this, I'm not a big fan of the belt, but not bad. Here, let's go out in the open, kind of show this off a little bit while we got the daylight. The hat, it does kind of go with the fit, but again, for me personally, I'm just not a big fan of hats. Again, bald head or not. Here's the gloves. Here's when you got something on. Use it as a weapon. Not too bad. And then the belt. The belt is sleek, but to me, I'm not a big fan of the belts in this game, personally. And that's going to finish it for our third bracket. Now, we're kind of going through this at an epic rate, you know, trying to keep this, you know, short and sweet for you guys. But now we're going to have the Hungering One shirt, the Call of the Seas scar, which I actually haven't looked at myself, and the Hungering One's dress. Now, we're going to check out the dress first, then we'll switch up to this other stuff, because we will have to take that off. So let me go ahead and I will do this real quick. Dress isn't actually that bad. Probably wouldn't use it, obviously, but not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. They honestly did a good blend of the colors on these. I noticed, like, it all looks pretty good. All right, well, this is the regular figurehead. It is, you know, gold, black, and emerald. Very clean, very clean. Unfortunately, the sun is kind of being blocked right now, so we can't really show this off at this peak. But I will go ahead and probably wait until daylight comes back out for the next bit, because I believe we're gonna have to do a lot more ship pieces pretty soon. So this is gonna be the scar, which I am barely seeing, actually. Yeah, it looks like a couple of arm scars. That's about it. Now the rest of this is looking pretty good. Yeah, no, the shirt's actually one of my favorite pieces from the set. Definitely a different shirt model. Honestly, I kind of like these a little bit. It kind of looks tattered, but it looks the part. I would say personally with this set, I'd probably just want to use the gloves. I think the gloves are a bit much, and it also allows you to have some freedom, and it is actually really nice when you don't use it, surprisingly. But for the sake of the video, we will show this off in its entirety. But personally, gloves definitely not worth using in my opinion. Now for the next set, we're going to be showing off the Hungering Ones boots, the legendary Hunter's Call pistol, which is going to be the first Pirate Legend reward, and then we'll have the Dynasty of the Deep hat. So let's go ahead and check out the boots. Now these boots aren't too bad. Again, pretty decent model. Let's go ahead and see if we can show these off a little bit. This is gonna be a little bit harder with again, a little bit darker, unfortunately, but obviously it goes with the set quite well. Same colorway. Not really, nothing too crazy with these. It will match though. But let's go ahead and check out the pistol. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yeah, so this is the legendary pistol. Not the worst. I don't think I'd personally use this. More so once I actually unlocked the killer whale pistol. This is a much smoother model, and like it's just, I don't know, it's clean. It's actually really nice. I like it. Personally, unimpressed with it, but not too bad. It is usable for aiming down sights. It is actually, it seems to be pretty accurate. Let's aim for just this. It's accurate, so it is accurate to the top of the, you know, I guess would be like the iron sight essentially. Just a little bit. It does shoot true, so that's good. Personally, I wouldn't use it, but not the worst. It could be a lot worse. We've seen so many pistols over the years that are just downright terrible. For some reason, they use a very odd model. And then you have the Fuzzy Bond glasses. Now, these are Dynasty of the Deep. Everybody knows Fuzzy. These iconic, you know, glasses of his. Personally, I'm kind of upset. I was hoping that would be a mask, the glasses essentially, and the hat would be a separate piece, but it is all one piece. It's pretty cool looking though, I will say. Not that I will probably use this too much, but it is a vibe. It looks good, and it definitely fits a set. But I too wish these were separate, but we all know a particular pirate that's probably loving having these in the game. And that's going to be it for another section. Now, the rest of this from this point on, we're actually going to wait until the next daylight cycle, because we are starting to get into more of the ship pieces, and I would like to show those off in all their glory without any interruptions. So we're going to wait for daylight, and then when I come back, we can start showing off the Dynasty of the Deep cannons and started going into that stuff, including the Crystal Danger throwing knife, the Hungering One's trouser, Hungering One Hunter's trouser, sorry, and the Beguiling Boar belt, which is interesting because it's a one-off, but there's nothing else in this, I believe, that goes with that set. So it's one of those like weird pieces where they put it in, that's all you get. But we'll wait for the next daylight cycle and we'll start showing this next stuff off. All right, so we're finally back, and we're going to be switching the cannons to these Dynasty of the Deep cannons. I went ahead and switched out some of the other cosmetics as well. Let me do a quick double take just to make sure we didn't miss anything. I don't have the throwing knife on right now, but we can do that in just a second. But let's go ahead and show off the Figurehead earlier. It's obviously, this is the non-collector's version. Still very pretty in the daylight. Definitely a huge fan of it. Let's go up here. All right, so these are the cannons. Now, typically when a lot of these new sets come out, I'm a little worried, but guess what? Take a look at it. You'd think this profile would be a little annoying. It's usable, dude. These cannons are actually very clean, usable. Minus the cannon flare, this isn't too bad. Has a nice model on it. Let's go see if we can show it off a little bit. Kind of cool. Definitely a fan of these though. And then for the personal clothing, here we have the pants, which are really nice. The belts, which are, you know, technically is a one-off, but not too bad. But all in all, not a bad looking set. I actually really like this Hungering One clothing set quite a bit, minus the gloves. The gloves and the belt, I'm not really a fan of. Overall, not too bad. Now we'll need to show off the throwing knife real quick. Let's go ahead and do this real fast. I actually haven't seen this myself, so dang, this is clean. Oh, dude, it's got like a blue with a nice light blue. Oh, that's cleaned. There it is. Oh, yeah, this is, I like this. I want a crystal. Okay, crystal weapon set rare. Let's make it happen. This is super clean. Holy crap. I would love a crystal weapon set. That's sick. Dude, maybe one day we can get like a prismatic weapon set, you know? I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Check this out. I think we covered pretty much everything here. For our next pieces, we're going to be checking out the Hungering One's peg leg, the luxurious lizard pistol, and the Dynasty of the Deep sails. Now, let me go ahead and show this. Did we miss another piece here, actually? Let's take a look. Nope, that's actually it. So we'll go and switch to the pistol real quick. This is the pistol. That's got a really cool model on it. I can't tell if this is shoots true or not. It's a little weird. That side on the left of it, I'm not really a big fan of, but it shoots true to the side on the left, which is a little odd. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. It's going to throw me off a little bit. And these are going to be the sails. These are a little bit ugly. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of like a mustard color. It's weird. It's like a weird looking green. I'm not really a fan. The next version up though, 10 out of 10, which you'll see in just a moment here. All in all, not bad. Peg leg. We can show off the peg leg in just a second. I hate showing off peg legs because it's just something I never use personally. Not too bad. Obviously fits the theme. Kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and we'll check out the next one as well here. We're gonna be looking at the Hungry Ones hook, which is kind of neat. The Dynasty of the Deep jacket and the Hungry Ones eye patch. Which almost could, you know, if you look at it, almost, I thought this was actually Dynasty of the Deep, believe it or not. So the hook isn't too bad. It's when you reload, not too shabby. Let's go ahead and take a look. So this jacket in particular, we're gonna actually turn around. Almost looks like it's a shield or like a turtle shell on the back, which is kind of cool. This belt totally does not fit with this, but that's okay. Kind of neat. And that's going to be it for the next section. Now we are just about done, so make sure if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps us out a lot. So if you want to see more of these, let me know down in the comments, and actually let me know which thing do you like the most. I will say the ship set, hands down my favorite, but let's get back straight into it now. We need to actually take off all of our clothes again because it did put a tattoo, and it's at the very end. But we are going to take all this other junk off real quick. And let's take out the tattoo. Now this tattoo, I think I'm actually kind of a fan. It's pretty cool. So as you see here, we've got 1 meg right here. You've got some stuff wrapping around your arms a little bit. And then you have 2 megs in the back. Kind of cool. Got a couple of like Kraken tentacles wrapping around your leg a little bit. My character hasn't seen leg day in forever, so kind of a cool little thing though, man. I actually like this tattoo. I think it's pretty sick. And now for the final 2 pieces, we got the Hungry Ones jacket and the Dynasty of the Deep collector figurehead. Now, I love this figurehead. I will just go ahead and state that now, and you'll see just why in just a moment here. So here's the original one. Oh, it's actually looking very good right now. Check that out. Even for a non-collector, it looks pretty solid. But let's go ahead and throw on the collector's edition now. And you've got some particle effects. Subtle, but every one of the orbs or the emerald kind of has a nice gentle particle effect, and this at nighttime actually has a nice glow that you can see even while at the wheel, which is kind of cool actually. Also, now for the rest of this, since we are majority done with all this, let's go ahead and throw on the full hungering set in its entirety. That way you can get a good grasp of what it looks like, since we're going to be throwing on the jacket as well. For the full set Andes there that just will use the whole set in its entirety. Here you go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Looks really cool. Very nice color on it though. Like I said, for this I think I'd probably remove the belt and the gloves and just use different things. Like here, let me show this off real quick. Kind of taking a look at it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan. But the rest of it is actually super clean. I mean, as you can tell right here, without the belt and the gloves, you can use your own rings if you would like to, which is nice. But all in all, not too bad. Not really that bad at all, actually. And now for the final tier of Season 15. We're going to have the Call of the Sea sails, the Steely Hammerhead Cutlass, which I actually have not used, and the legendary Hunter's Call jacket, and the Dynasty of the Deep collector sails. Now we're going to go ahead and go with the sails real quick because we do have a limited time on daylight. These sails are fire. Take a look. I love these. I think these are a pop out piece. I think this whole ship set goes well. I actually hope they do a banner or like a name thing for captaincy boats. But all in all, I think this is a very clean ship set. I think I might switch up for a different hull. I would just have to see, but all in all, this is super clean. Easily one of my favorites since I've unlocked it. And like I said, the cannons are usable minus the cannon flare, so you can obviously, you know, mix and match with what you want, but easily one of my favorite ship sets that they've released in the season pass. So well done, Rare. You guys killed it with that one, and thank you for using an actual usable cannon model. That's all I can ask. There's nothing worse getting a cannon model that we can't use. Now for the other stuff, we need to actually switch to this. I'm not sure if we have the full Call to the Sea stuff, because it seems like it only really applies to a couple of pieces, which is a little weird. I don't know why they did that actually. But we have like the top flag. I think that was it, yeah. Yeah, so these sails are kind of weird. I mean, they're not bad, but yeah, it's kind of a weird variant of it, because I think I'd have to go and look through these, because I haven't used the Whaling Barnacle ones in quite some time, or like the ones from Hunter's Call originally. I don't think I ever use them. And here it is without the cuts. So here's the uncut version, and here's the new cut version, which is interesting. So this does have more tattered pieces alongside it, and a little bit more worn. So I guess it's kind of a variant for those who are fishermen at heart. Personally, I think that would probably go well with the Whaling Barnacle stuff. But obviously, for now, Dynasty, the Deep, I would cop it for 10 bucks. Get it. Honestly, I think the ship set is worth it. Personally, I usually don't recommend doing that, but I think I'm a huge fan of the colors. Black, gold, and green, or like an emerald. Oh, sign me up, dude. Then for the final pieces here, we're going to be taking a look at the cutlass and the jacket. Now, this cutlass I haven't seen yet personally, so let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, not bad. Let's see if we can pull this out real quick. Pull up our brightness so you can see a little bit better. It's different. I think I could use it. Would I use it over what I already have normally? Probably not. But still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. Now, for one of the worst pieces in the game, now I'm going to be completely honest with you and very transparent. I didn't have high hopes for this, but let me go and state this real quick. I think this is super over the whole, like, I guess kind of like a cook theme, but I know why they used it, because obviously fishermen, you got to gut the fish, etc. So I get the vibe. But when you have pieces like Merrick's jacket, which is iconic, right? It's extra, it looks good. And you have all these different chef outfits. This just felt very last minute, if I'm being honest. So let's go out here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So it's basically a crappier version of that with not much to it. Obviously it's got a little bit of detail, but I'm just not a fan. Considering what you can get from the emissary itself, later on in the levels, around 100 you get a costume, I think it is. Like, you get some options that actually look a lot better. This, I don't think I will probably use this personally, but I know some people will probably enjoy it. So I figured I'd show it off. Personally, not a fan, but I think I just expect a little bit more. But it's really hard to, like in all honesty, it's hard to really top the classic, which is, let's go ahead and take this out real quick. I mean, getting this, I don't know how you top the OG Merrick. Like, that's difficult, dude. That's hard to top, honestly. This has a lot of detail on it, and I don't know why my textures are popping again, but I guess this seems to be a bug with some things. I don't know what's going on with that. So there you guys have it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't like it, hit it with a dislike. It's all good. But make sure you guys tune into the live streams over on twitch.tv/MixelPlx, where we've been killing megalodons by the dozens and have been just farming them like crazy. As of this video, I think I'm like 84 in Hunter's Call. So we've already shot up 34 levels in roughly 3 days, because I did take a day off to go to an event. But there you go. So if you guys want to tune in and just come and hang out with us, I would love to see you in there. So if you got any questions relating to season 15 or fishing, I would love to see you in there. So there you guys have it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.